All right, welcome back. This is Miss Israel coming at you from Einstein High School, and we are going to be completing Unit 1, Topic 1, Number 8 from our Algebra 1A review packet. We're still with Sherry here for problem number 7, and as you can see, I copied that list of properties of equalities because we're going to need those again. Let's read. Sherry has also been asked to create a two-step equation with solution x equals 10. For each step of her answer below, give the property that she used. So what we're going to do here is we're going to work with Sherry as she actually builds her own equation. And just like we solve an equation using the property of equalities, we can also build equations using those exact same properties of equality. We just go backwards. In fact, that's how your teachers make equations for you to practice and solve. Okay? Let's look at what Sherry did here. We know that we're starting with a solution x equals 2. Excuse me, x equals 10. That's going to be our starting point. Here we go. Pens in white. Let me change colors. Trying to make a pretty star there. All right. There's our starting point, x equals 10. Let's take a look at what happens next. So now I have x minus 3 equals 7. And so what I hope that you can see, if we had x equals 10, and now we have x minus 3 on one side of our equation, well, that means that we had to have subtracted 3 from the other side of our equation, and that's how we end up with x minus 3 equals 7, and because we use subtraction, we're going to say that we used the subtraction property of equality. All right, let's look and see what Sherry did next. I see some parentheses there. I see a 5, and in parentheses, x minus 3 equals 35. So what do we think happened? Notice that when we have these parentheses here, what we're really dealing with is multiplication. We'd have to multiply both of those terms, x and 3, by 5. And I hope that we can see, well, in fact, 7 times 5 is 35. Therefore, what we did here is multiply each side of our equation by 5, and we did that by using the multiplication property of equality. All right, finally, I can see that we now got rid of those parentheses. Well, the best way to do that is to use our distributive property. Let's check. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. And sure enough, we've used the distributive property to get (5x minus 15 equals 35). And what I want us to remember here, well, why didn't we have to distribute on the other side? Remember, the distributive property is not a property of equality, so in this case, I only had to do that distribution on the left side of our equation. And Sherry's final equation that we're left with is 5x minus 15 equals 35. And since we're asked to build an equation, not solved, in this case, that's going to be our final answer.